Basketball is something I guess you could say I was born into. My dad was a very talented athlete and an excellent basketball player. He began teaching me at a young age the fundamentals of the sport. They are the fundamentals that he learned from his father and his great uncle, John Wooden. I grew up learning from the best and dreaming of becoming a college and professional player. If you were to look on paper today, it would appear that all my dreams were met and my goals had been achieved. I was an All-American in high school and received award after award. I ended up signing to play at Cal Berkeley in hopes of having an even better career in college. I guess this is where my story really begins. 5 years had passed, 4 head coaches later, 2 different universities, and there I was, replaying, moment after moment, game after game in my head. It had been a sweet ride, but a bitter one too. I no longer wore a Cal Bears jersey. I had become a Zag after my sophomore season at Cal. Gonzaga really is the place that saved me, saved my love for the game. But why still hadn't things played out for me the way I envisioned them after high school? Was it because I was dealt a bad hand? Because I had to adjust to so many different coaching styles? Was it my teammates, the style of basketball, or was it me? As I look back at my journey, no longer a player and an aspiring coach, I wonder about other athletes' experiences. What did their journeys look like? What were their stories? And what about the coaches of all those players? What role do they play in their athletes' lives? And what motivates them day in and day out?
As I got in front of kids, I just knew I'd found my calling. I just love to teach and coach, and I think it's one of the most rewarding professions you could ever hope to get into, and I have no regrets after being in it 55 years.
It started early on because I liked winning, and it was all about winning. And it took me probably 5 to 7 years to figure out there was a lot more to coaching. X's and O's are certainly an important part, but how can we teach athletes to be better leaders, how to gain more confidence, and in the end, hopefully that will help you win a little bit more, but it's about the growth of the individual.
Transition from being one of the best to being part of a team that all the players that you're with were one of the best on their team, and so to have that and to be able to fight through that and have that competition is really awesome. So I had a new appreciation for soccer and the hard work that came with it coming into college.
Consistency and compassion are generally the 3 key values that I try to make sure that I'm adhering to. I think it's really, really important for athletes to have clear expectations.
The coaches definitely taught me everything I know about rowing. I don't really have a different perspective, but one of the biggest things that I picked up from them, and one thing that my coach mentioned, one of the first practices of my collegiate career and of every season, was that Gonzaga rowing was about the pursuit of excellence, and not only pushing yourself and your teammates on a daily basis, but in the bigger picture of the next race, the season, the year, the program, and always trying to be better than you were the day before. Not necessarily having to always exceed expectations, but be willing to at least try.
Decisions, and it doesn't mean that you don't know that they're hard decisions. It means that you put the athlete in a position where they're capable of making that decision. So I'm very aware that our athletes are real people and they're trying to do real things.
Yeah, I wouldn't change it for a bit. I didn't come to college expecting to play a sport or be involved in the Gonzaga athletic community, but I am so glad that I did.
My athletes the things that I felt would have made me a better athlete, or to try to help help them find a more direct route.
Understand that everybody's a little bit different, they come from different backgrounds, and be able to be flexible enough to have that relationship with them, that some guys need to be kicked in the butt and some guys need to be patted on the back. In baseball, the collegiate level is different than, say, even the professional level, where it's kind of one of the last times until it's a team concept where everybody's pulling in the same direction, playing for what's on the front of their jersey, which sounds pretty corny, but it's true.
I think for me, the most important part about baseball was the people I got to meet, especially in college baseball. I got to meet a lot of hardworking people, and that were all, very goal oriented. I love being around the guys, both as my colleagues, the other coaches, but being around the athletes. There's nothing like it. I feel like as my career progressed, it got better. It was just took some adjusting, as far as from high school to like a school like Gonzaga and the competition level here. As far as philosophy goes, like I said, as I matured more, I feel like I got a grasp of it.
Teach toughness, try to instill toughness in players. I'm not talking about cheap shots, low bricking anybody, but just make them understand it's a very physical game. It's a game that you have to play in segments. You just can't do one thing. You got to do things in twos, and if you're really good, you got to do things in threes. So I try to really promote that.
Do it every day. I appreciate it in my life pretty much. System that I was used to, but I bought in, and whatever we can do to get the win, I'm all for it.
I was a college player. My college coach, high school coach, were very influential in my life as far as giving me advice, and I thought that was very meaningful at the time, and I wanted to share my experiences with some of the younger guys that have been blessed to coach, and coach just to give advice and be a part of other people's lives as they get older and stuff. Hopefully they'll remember what I told them as I did with my college coaches.
Really got hooked that first year I coached. Seeing people that you worked with have success doing something that you've helped them with was something I really, really enjoyed. So I like to help people get better at something that they love. There's a lot of young people that love basketball. So.
Grown to love it even more. Knowing that here, it's not really, you don't have a choice, you come to practice, you do whatever, but it doesn't feel like work anymore. It doesn't feel like, oh, I have to go there. I want to be here. I want to be training with my teammates and my coaches. Every day they're ready, trying to bring out the best in us. So I think that really helps us with the love of the game.
First off, if you're genuine with people, if you treat people well, and if you show them that you truly want to help them get better, then they're willing to listen to you. I think if you're just out there kind of coaching at people, then it's not really going to work. And so I've tried to show people I really care, tried to invest in people so that when the actual coaching part happens, that there's a trust level there. And then I think I've worked pretty hard at trying to help people understand the foundation of the game. So I'm not trying to teach people things that they're not going to have any success at, because then they turn around and look at me like, well, why did we spend all this time on that? So I've tried to actually apply things that are really going to help players get better.
Maybe things didn't play out the way I thought they would, but what really does? All I know is I'm gonna miss the pregame tunes from the band. I'm gonna miss running out of the locker room with my teammates and best friends. I'm gonna miss the huddles. I'm gonna miss the fans. I'm gonna miss it all. This has been an extraordinary journey. It may have been bitter at times, but oh, it was so sweet.